What is that, Snuggle Bunny? Mama made bread. I see that. That's great. What are we talking about tonight? Formula B. You mean Formula D? Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, yeah. Go. There's our wonderful introduction by Snuggle Bunny. Thank you so much. Welcome once again to another Game Master Games Facebook Live show. I wish I had touched my hair up before I came on the camera. I'm your host, Game Master Dave. Let's level up. All right, so how are you all doing? It has been a crazy time, but luckily I've gotten a chance to play a lot of games with Ginger, but also online. We are playing some Stellaris and Hearts of Iron and a whole bunch of games on Board Game Arena. Tomorrow night, I'm getting together with my friend Anthony to play on Vassal. We're playing some war games, which is great. And then also on Board Gaming Online, I've been playing Through the Ages with my friend Rich. So I'm getting tons and tons of games in. That's and then oh my gosh, I got a chance to. I broke it out. We played Civ 4 Beyond the Sword. That's on the we played it on Steam. And that was just so much fun. I played the original Civilization game, Civilization 1, and I played 2 and 3 and 4. And I know they're up to Civ 6. I haven't played 5 or 6 yet, but I know some people enjoy the later versions. And so that was a good time, and I hope that we get a chance to continue some of that very, very soon. Then I also, the other exciting thing that has happened is I got interviewed by my union. Hey Bill, how you doing? I got interviewed by my union. Hey Laura, nice to see you. About board games. So they wanted to know hobbies of letter carriers. I'm a letter carrier at the post office, if you didn't know that. And so they interviewed letter carriers for their hobbies, their side hobbies, to write an article about them. So they interviewed me about board games, and I told them all about the board games that I play, the conventions that I attend and support. And also they wanted to ask, what am I doing, with the pandemic? Hey, Kate, nice to see you. So I told them about all the online gaming systems that I play with, and so I told them about some of those websites, and we just had a really great discussion. And I'm really curious how this article is going to turn out. It's a nationwide article, so it's going to be insane. I listed all of the local conventions and websites and stuff like that, and game stores that I support. So hopefully Long Island gaming community will get some big interest. All right, so the game I wanted to talk about tonight, when I go to conventions, I love to teach games. Ginger does too. We grab the general public generally with Corridor. It's a nice, fast wooden game, very tactile feel, move some pieces around, very easy to learn how to play, like 1 minute to learn how to play. And then, but if we choose a different game to teach people it might be like Zombie Dice, also very fast, or something a little bit more complicated, a little bit more involved, but still like a beginner, game for people that normally don't play board games. So like we choose Ticket to Ride, Carcassonne, or Catan, which is a good strategy game just to get people into our crazy industry that we are involved in. But one of the other games that I love to teach, especially on larger groups, when they're at a convention, I break it out a lot when I have a larger group because it is ridiculously easy to teach how to play. And that is as he's guarding Mama's bread. That Mama baked that bread for me. A friend of ours gave us some yeast because we were out of yeast. And so as you heard Snuggle Bunny at the beginning, I'm going to go over just a quick review. For those of you that are first time joining us, we don't go in depth. We have a nice little quick show here. And I'm just going to go into view of Formula D. Now, hey Rich, how you doing? So for those that have not, if you've played Formula D, let me know what you think about it. You can type it out in chat. All right, so here is the game board, which is absolutely massive and very, very colorful. Love it so much. And the other couple cool things about Formula D that I enjoy to talk about is one, this cool little gear shifter. You get to mess around with this gear shifter. I'm moving to second gear. Let's go all the way. Let's go all the way to fifth gear, sixth gear. All right. So that's cool, right? The other thing is that you can play up to 10 players. So that's what I'm saying. It's really good for conventions. There is everybody. That white car is in pole position, and there's all the cars going all the way down there. So up to 10 people can play this game, which is really good. If I get a group of like 7 family members and they come to me at a convention and they're like, what can we play? I break out Formula D. Now let's take a look at Formula D. The other thing that was cool, as I'll talk about in a second, is that they have a beginner game, an intermediate game, and an advanced game. So that's neat. So Formula D is rated 7.0 on BoardGameGeek.com. We like to say anything over 6.5 is really good. So 7.0 is fantastic. You can see here in the overall rank, it's ranked game number 500. By the way, it's more than 116,000 games on BoardGameGeek.com. So even though 500 sounds like not that great, it is. It's fantastic. Thematic 155 and family game 125th. So it's the 125th best family game. So that's really cool. 2 to 10 players, as you see here, ages 8 and plus. Definitely you can play with 8-year-olds. Very easy. 60 minutes, I think, is wrong. This game can take a while if you really play it. They say you could do 3 laps, and it does take a while. 1 lap for new players could take like 45 minutes. The designer is Laurence Levar and Eric Randall, and there's a bunch of artists that you can see there. And the publisher is Asmodee. So how do you play this game? Well, it's very, very easy. You see these cool dice. That's another thing that's neat about the game. Now, this is a 30-sided die, but it is not 1 to 30 because you only use the 30-sided die when you are in 6th gear. And you can see there, it's only the numbers on there only range from 21 to 30. So these are absolute custom dice. Can't really use them for anything else. Can't really use the 20-sided for D&D or anything because the 20-sided is the 5th gear die, and it only has numbers 11 to 20, as you see there. Okay, so to begin the game, everybody starts in 1st gear, and you have 18 damage points on the basic game, and you can lose points by doing all different sorts of things. And one of the cool things about this game is you actually... You sort of want to use up those damage points. Actually managing those damage points is something you want to do. You don't want to get to 0 because then you crash and burn. But it doesn't matter if you get down to 1. So there are strategies to like burn some of those damage points to get a little advantage in the game. Okay, so when it's your turn, you decide whether or not you want to upshift or downshift. And you can upshift 1 gear. You can downshift multiple gears, but you'll take some damage. Hi, Nina. How you doing? So anyway, so I'm going to start the game. Let's pretend we're the white car right over here. And I'm going to upshift to 2nd gear. Okay, so you can see 2nd gear. I roll the orange die. And there's the orange die. And this is very easy. I move 4 spaces forward. Okay, so here I am. And there's my start spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. And the person that's ahead goes first. Now this blue car would go, then this car would go, then this car would go, and so on and so forth. Now, you say, that's easy. You just go around the track and sounds pretty boring, right? Well, here is the problem. First of all, you're going to have other cars. There's going to be traffic. So you might, if you end your turn next to another car, you might bang into the car a little bit, and you might get some damage points. And, so maybe... you go down to 17. And like I said, if you go down to 0, you lose. Here's another thing here. Let's take a look here. This says, number 1, in this red zone, I have to stop at least 1 time. So this is cool. So let's say go to my next turn, I upshift to gear 3, right? And I'm going to roll the 8 die. And I roll 7. Now I go here. And I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I've qualified for stopping 1 time in this block of space, and I'm safe. All right, but I could also go 1, let's see here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So what I did there was I took the inner lane, which was less spaces, and I went further ahead. If I had done 7, I think I'd be like over here or something like that. So you can see I got ahead a little bit. But I didn't stop in this spot. So since I went 1 space over and I was supposed to stop 1 time in there, I take 1 point of damage. So was that worth it? I don't know. You've got a lot of track to go around. However, I got a little bit ahead. I got 1 space, 2 space, 3 spaces further ahead. So that's how you might damage. So you want to stay. That's how you might. Use your damage to gain advantage. Now let's look here. Okay, so I got to stop 1 time in that spot, 1 time in that spot, 1 time in that spot, and 3 times in that spot. So it's simulating that, of course, a real Formula car would have to slow down to go around these curves and go all the way around. So I got to stop 3 times in there and then keep going around. And then as I get over here, we finish a lap. Now the game is supposed to be played 3 laps and you only have 18 damage points. You can't do a pit stop. But that is essentially the game. So as you keep going up gears, here's a problem. Check this out. Let me show you another problem. Okay, so now I'm the red car and I'm already in 4th gear. Okay, so I'm going to roll a die that's range 7 to 12. All right, so I roll a 10. Well, I can't get through these cars, so there is some strategy to block out other cars. So I go 1, 2, 3. I have to brake. I only went 3 spaces. I rolled a 10. I got to brake. I got to do 7 points of damage on my car. Okay, so because for every point you can't move, you have to brake and do damage to your car. So there's other things that can happen for other bits of damage. Now, let me show you the advanced game, or the intermediate game. We actually flip this card over. And there now you have wear values on wheels, brakes, engine, I forget what some of this other stuff is. Shock absorbers. So now different things that you can do different stuff. And you're going to get a driver card. So this driver has 6 tire, 3 brakes, and so on and so forth. So now you only have 3 points that you can use for those particular things. And then after the intermediate game, you can go to the advanced game where, by the way, in this game, all the drivers, no matter what, are the same. But in the advanced game, you can choose a different driver. They might have different point values. And so you use that driver these are all the advanced drivers you can get. And they also have special abilities. You can see that Julian, has a weather frog, or Derek Manson is aggressive and gets bonuses for those kind of things. So that's really neat. So I love this game for that it's up to 10 players. It's very easy to teach. Believe it or not, there is a fair amount of strategy, especially if you play the intermediate game or the advanced game. And I'm just looking at chat right now. Ginger says, David, this game looks similar to one we played with Austin and Cece, right? That one's different. That's Automobile. It does look similar, but it's a completely different game system. Automobile is really fun too. That is essentially like a token drafting or a cube drafting racing game. And I highly recommend that one too. We have covered that one. The Bethpage Library has that. And the Bethpage Library has it. But of course we can't get into the Bethpage Library right now because they're closed due to the pandemic. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed our quick little overview of Formula D. I don't want to go just yet because this is just the basic board. The other cool thing about Formula D is, I'm messing up all my goodies on the table, is that the boards, which are very nice quality by the way, flip over. So there is another board on the other side, okay, Race City. And this one has like hazards and has I didn't flip over the other one because it's hard to do with the phone. Overpasses, and there's all sorts of other cool rules that can happen. Like basically, I think there's people shoot at cars. You know, it's like it's crazy. There's also weather in the advanced game, so you roll for what kind of weather it is. Yeah, that's right, Ginger. We should play this at our game nights with a large group of people. And then there's other boards that you can play too. So you can buy there's like 8 or 9 different boards you can buy. Look it up on BoardGameGeek.com. Formula D, Formula Day, if you want, because it is a French company that made it. So I hear people say Formula Day, and I hear some other people say Formula D. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Let me. I normally do my little plugs. I didn't do my plugs. Here we go. All right, so you can contact us, send us information, anything. There's a phone number. There's an email, Facebook. These are 3 stores that we support on a regular basis. Plus, I got a semi-daily blog on GameMasterGames.com. There's Ginger's business. Yes, she did do a wedding recently. Can you believe it? She did a wedding on a front lawn. That was pretty wild. Upcoming conventions. Actually, these are already passed. I got to update this one. But find me on Over Coffee on Friday morning at LI Tabletop Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/LI Tabletop. At 6:30 in the morning, I have a show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday where we talk about games and other stuff. I got a Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, and my own Twitch channel. Hope you really enjoyed tonight. Send us any questions you want at dave@GameMasterGames.com about Formula D or any other upcoming events. We look forward to conventions later this year. They've all been pushed back, so we will see you then. And I'll give you information right here on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Tell your friends, Facebook Live, Game Master Games. And with that said, give yourself 100 experience points for watching. And until we meet again across from the gaming table with some home-baked bread that Ginger made for us, keep your dice dry and your rule books ready and your meeples
well fed.
keep your meeples well fed. That's not what we spell. I guess if you feed them, they are strong. All right, good night. Thank you.